Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Esley Greer from Entertainment Fanatic Reviews. I want to start by saying fuck you to the fucking family that brought all 8 of their fucking children to the movie theater to go see Avengers Endgame and sit right behind me and talk throughout the whole fucking movie. Thank you and fuck you. And I hope you watch this. Before we get started, I do want to point out a few things. I am not ranting over Avengers Endgame. This will be part of a spoiler review because of things I needed to talk about, but I couldn't talk about because the little shits behind me wouldn't shut the fuck up during certain scenes. So, with that said, I do want to thank my Patreon, John White from The Shape, and yeah, let's get started. So, I'm going to read a few comments from my latest video real quick, because it was a very short video on my quick thoughts on Avengers Endgame. So, I just read through the comments, and first one was, what were you watching? He says, what's worse, a child talking in the theater or a cell phone going off in a theater? From personal experience, I've seen a few people have their phone in their face and the phone didn't really go off and never heard anything. Maybe a few vibrations or whatever. But like I said yesterday or the day before, was the worst theater experience ever. The kid wouldn't shut the fuck up. Every 2 or 3 minutes, he would say something or fake laugh at something, which I'll get into that in a minute. But off personal experience, I'd have to say a kid. I mean, both are pretty annoying, but I hate kids. I'm wearing the t-shirt for that shit too. Child's Play 2. I hate kids. Derek from Derek's Horror Corner, you know what I'm talking about. Second comment is from the Badass Ninja. He says, can't wait for the rant. I've never heard you rant before. Gonna be epic. Not epic, but like in all caps, epic. Yeah, it's gonna be epic. Third that I want to touch base on is from my good friend Robbie Long from Ogre Boy 1992. This is just a part of it. It's a little snippet of what he wrote. But he said, every time you mentioned the little shit, I was cracking up. I don't know why. Yeah, it'd be pretty funny from your perspective, so I get that. First thing, when Hawkeye, you see the opening with Hawkeye and his whole family, this takes place right at when Thanos snapped. And so his whole family just dies. And the little kid behind me was like, they died. Oh, wow, what's happening? You just said what was happening, you little dumb. Another thing is during the same scene, or right before they die, there's a little joke about mayo and mustard on hot dogs. And they asked the little brother, what do you want in yours? He's like, I want ketchup. And the whole theater was laughing. I didn't really laugh at that. I was just like, hey, yeah, it's cool. But the little kid behind me said the joke 2 or 3 times. He's like, oh, but I want ketchup. Oh, but I want ketchup. Oh, but I want ketchup. And then he did a little fake ass laugh. He's like, that's not fucking funny. So when Black Widow dies, he is also, oh my god, what's happening? Is she dead? Wow. Another thing, which something I made a comment, I asked this family to, can you please be quiet? Like, I asked them that 2 or 3 times. It took me an hour to actually ask them that because, like, I got to a certain point, I'm like, shh. Like, I was that loud. And then afterwards, I'm like, can you please be quiet, right? And so I said something, and I think it pissed off the mom and dad, but I don't give a shit. There was this part where Thor is crying because he finally got to see his mother again. And the little kid was like, he's crying. I turned around, and I think everyone heard me because I was like, well, no shit. And like the whole theater just started laughing because I said that. And I'm like, yeah, this it's pretty funny, but this little fucker. So, like, you get the idea. Every time there was a joke and the whole theater would laugh, little kid would repeat the joke 2 or 3 times, And everyone around us asked him, could they please be quiet? And he didn't, right? And I know that I said that you shouldn't bring your kids, keyword kids, you should not bring your kids to the theater if you have that many kids. Hell, even 2 or 3 kids is probably too much anyway. Because there's a family beside us. There's this guy named Ted. I had nicknamed him Ted Bundy because it's fucked up, but I'm just like, I thought that was funny. So there's Ted. He said he's 50 and he read the original comic books and everything. He has his Asian wife, and I'm like, oh shit, that reminds me of me in like 20, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And then he brought his kid. His kid was 10 years old, and the kid was like perfect. Like, he did not say anything to the whole entire film. Like, while commercials was talking, we talked to them, and that was pretty cool. And I'm like, these people are cool. These people are dipshits. Towards the end, when you see Doctor Strange and all those loopholes or whatever the hell they're called, everyone just pops out, and the whole theater was cheering. I was already pissed off, so I wasn't cheering when you seen Spider-Man. You see all the other characters that died in Infinity War. Like, at that moment, I didn't give a fuck. Like, this kid already pissed me off, and everyone was cheering because they were on screen, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't fucking care. But that would have been an awesome scene if I was in a happy mood. That would have been great. And then when Thanos died, I'm like, yeah. And then when Thanos did die, someone else had to die. And that one thing, when Doctor Strange does this, you know what it means. It means one person has to die. At least that's what I got from it. And it had to be Iron Man. And I was on the verge of crying because Iron Man was like the third or fourth superhero that I fell in love with. It's always been Spider-Man, Batman, Hulk, and then Iron Man, like the Hulk from 2003. Like, I fell in love with Iron Man. He was like my second favorite for the longest time, but now I don't know who's my favorite. But I cried, or I was about to cry. Little kid, guess what he did? Just guess. What? He's dead? Oh, wow. Hey, Dad, Iron Man's dead. Hey, Mom, Iron Man's dead. Well, no fucking shit. Like, I was on the verge of crying, but when he said something, it just went from sad to fucking pissed. So, after that, when Iron Man's funeral and everything, this film felt like I had too many endings. That's just me. The first third was good. Second third was a bit slow. Last third was great, and it just felt like I had too many endings, and I'm like, when is this movie gonna end? Like I said, this 3-hour movie, but for me it felt like 5 or 6 hours because the kid wouldn't shut the fuck up. And so, when it has those scenes, when you see Captain America and he actually gets to live a life with his girlfriend or wife, I don't remember what it was, but when he passes the torch down to Sam, that was supposed to be a heartfelt moment. Oh my god, is that old man Captain America? Oh wow, he's old. Is he gonna give the shield to Sam? Oh wow. Like, one, you repeat jokes and they're not even funny, and you fake laugh over it. Second, you state what the fuck we're seeing on screen. 3, we don't need your fucking commentary. Yes, we can see what's on screen. Yeah. Wow, you act like you're the only little shit that's seeing what's on whatever it is on screen. No, we're all seeing it. So my message to the family that brought all 8 of their kids, you've had all these kids. They looked like they ranged from 4 to 12. Okay? And in those 12, 13 years, you mean to tell me you couldn't find someone to babysit all those little shits? You could have at least brought 2 or 3 of them, the older ones, which I know would shut the fuck up. Because the kid over here beside us was 10 and he was great as fuck. I'm sorry. I usually don't do rant videos, but this really had me fucking agitated because when we left, we left before the little shits did. And I was gonna sit there, hoping there was a post-credit scene. But when it had a little montage of all the characters and everything, and the music played, and it got a little quiet, the score got a little quiet. Little kid started talking again. Like, he was quiet for like 5 minutes. I'll give him that. But then he started talking when I started talking to my friends, and I'm like, I said it loud as fuck. I'm like, I'm probably up here or a little bit louder, that way the family can hear me. I'm like, oh my god, they're still here? These little shits are still here? Oh my god, I'm so fucking pissed. I swear to fuck, like, they fucking pissed me off, man. And I wanted to sit there to see if there was a post-credit scene, so if there is one, I wouldn't know. So we left before they did, And before, you have the aisles that go up and it blocks your view from the other side when you walk in and walk out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is that you're sitting on this side, and then you have to walk around this, and exit the theater. So before I left, or at least before I got to where they couldn't see me, I flipped them off. And the little kid that talked the most pointed out, was like, "Mom, he just flipped us off." She looked at me. She didn't do anything because she knows. She knows that she fucked up. She knows that she shouldn't have brought all 8 of their fucking kids. She should have known. Okay? She didn't come chasing after me like a good mom should have. Oh, that was a little harsh. But still, kids nowadays need to learn discipline. Okay? Like, if that was me, my mom would have, either that or pinched me or grabbed me by the shoulder. Wait till you get home. It would either take that or like someone shushing me from, somewhere else, and I would shut the hell up. Like, I was a good kid growing up in movie theaters because I wanted to go to the movie. I didn't state every fucking thing that's on screen. I was a good kid. Or at least I thought I was. So, that being said, do not bring your kids to the theater if you don't have a babysitter. Wait 2 or 3 weeks after a movie is released if you're going to bring your kids. Because you annoy us actual moviegoers that want to go see this movie. And like I said, and I said it before, I am not the biggest MCU fan. I'm not caught up with all the films. I'm not a fanboy. I just wanted to go to have a good time, to be with my friend, to be with my girlfriend. I didn't get that. I also thought it was pretty cool that Tony Stark met his dad because they went back in time. I like that there's like Back to the Future references in here. It's pretty funny. They reference it so many times. One more thing. I just remember this because a certain character brings up Back to the Future. I don't know if this kid has like a thing for Ant-Man, but every time Ant-Man would show up on screen, if it was just Paul Rudd or Ant-Man, he would go, I'm sorry, headphone warning, he would go, "Ant-Man!" Okay, no one wants to hear that shit. No one. I'm pretty sure your mom, you don't want to hear it. I'm pretty sure your dad don't want to hear it. Even your older brothers and sisters that had to smack your hand, they don't want to fucking hear that shit either. I'm going to stop right here because I don't want to keep going. I'm back to square one with this shit. I'm already pissed off again. So, like I said, I either give Avengers Endgame an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10. I'm not really sure because these scenes I did get to see or actually pay attention to were really good. I don't know about the other ones because I was annoyed as fuck. And even the good scenes, I was annoyed as fuck in. So, but I hope you enjoyed this rant. And fuck you to the family that decided to bring all 8 of your children. Fuck you. If you have a story you want to tell me in the comments below, I would love to hear it. Share this video with your friends. Have they had this type of fucking experience? I hope not. But if so, I want to hear. So with that said, if you found any entertainment in this video, let me know in the comments below. With that being said, don't be scared. To like, comment, subscribe, and share would be highly appreciated. And peace.